All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for My Hero Academia, Season 3, Episode 7.
Oh boy. Alright, okay. Should they stay or should they go?
And we have a showdown between the UA students with Deku
and
the Villain Vanguard Action Squad. Yeah.
Wow, we actually
we're on sync with this. So,
oh boy.
I'm mostly looking forward to who's going to be taken.
Right. And
Because
hopefully at least like one or two of them gets taken.
So I hope that there's going to be 4 people taken.
Whoa.
I want Bakugo, Deku, in this order. Bakugo first, then Deku, then Tokoyami, and Shoji. Because I'm really on board with your idea of not killing a student necessarily,
but taking away their quirk
taking
as
away
a way
their
to
quirk
kill them.
As a way to kill them, yes. And Shoji was protecting Deku, in the last episode, and say he gets grabbed, like Deku gets grabbed, and Shoji is the ultimate, no, I grabbed them first, and Shoji gets pulled along with them.
What if Shoji got turned into a Nomu?
That's the point, is Shoji's power is a perfect Nomu power. Like, it's terrifying.
Yep.
You could have a flying Nomu that has, like, omnidirectional senses of, like, every variety.
Yeah. Because I don't think...
That's terrifying.
Yep.
And you combine it with, like, literally any other quirk, and it's OP. Like, something to where out of your palms you release anything.
I don't know.
Like, imagine that. Now he has 6 palms.
There's all kinds of crazy things that could happen.
Anyways, but you don't think that there's going to be 4, though.
I don't think there's going to be 4.
There's
I think
going to
that's
be a smaller number.
Yeah, I think that'd be a bit much. Like, if they wanted to do 4, I could see that happening if they were actually going to, like, kill one of them off.
Yeah, and we don't think
as like a shock and awe thing.
And we don't think they're going to do that.
So, yeah.
And also, they have a much more viable alternative that gives value to the villains rather than killing them off in making Nomus.
Exactly, right.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, but man, can we...
Yes. I just wanted to let you know and let the audience know that I have something special that I haven't told you yet because I was saving it for a discussion.
Okay.
Now, if you'll remember last episode, I told you guys and those who were in the discussion that I was going to go do something. Well, I did the thing. And, yes, I put on my detective monocle. And I will let you know what I found after, see if there's any more evidence in this episode here. So without further ado, let's get into this. I keep my ideals on straight. Let's go.
And the handshake of power.
Like, this is not anywhere near my favorite opening, of course.
I would probably have to say that the first opening is still my favorite.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I really like the visual elements that they do with, like, Deku reaching for All Might and all that stuff. Like, but then there's this stuff and, like, the stuff at the end of this one. Like,
this one has the first kind of continuation of building off of Deku and All Might's relationship from the previous ones. Tactical All Might, yep. I wonder if we are the first to coin that phrase, though.
Tactical All Might?
A tactical All Might.
That would be awesome.
Because I really am thinking about the situation that the heroes will be in if they have to go and, actually save the kids and stuff, is, not have All Might not know that he's there.
Right. What they need to do is they need...
I can't wait! That's gonna be so awesome!
But what they need to do is they need to get, like, a plane, right? With a railgun.
A railgun? No, you don't need a railgun.
All Might into the railgun.
You don't need a railgun.
No, that way, fast deployment to anywhere, right?
Babe, he's a human being. He can't...
He's All Might.
Hey, I thought I was the one with the dumb magnet jokes. Yeah, it might not.
Joke.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! This is the Twice Club.
Sure.
Oh, what? Blood control.
Okay.
Holy crap! By having all
game
the
references,
we'll know all the kids here. They're giving the villains the advantage by waiting for them to
exactly.
move.
Yeah. Okay, talking isn't a free action though, Dabi.
Well, Dabi can't do anything.
No. Well, yeah, but
見てろ、ごくごく少数の俺たちが。無駄だブラド。こいつはおるだけで情報出せねえよ。
He's trying to break the code.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it
それに
goes.
見ろ、偽物だ。
Yep.
イレイさん、お前何してた？
What is he?
戦闘許可を出して。
Animators are just having fun.
Code is there.
俺は先生に出る。ブラドは引き続きここの護衛を頼む。
ヴィランが少ねえならなおさら俺も。
Yeah.
数に勝るものなしです。
ダメだ。
Oh,
プ
yeah.
ロを足止めする以上、狙いは生徒。爆豪がその一人ってだけで、他にも狙ってるかもしれん。
That's
情
true.
報量じゃね
Okay.
えぞ。圧倒的に負けてんだ。
ミスター、よけろ。
Oh, whoa. Magic indeed. Holy crap.
緑谷、そうぜ。
Oh, okay, okay. Todoroki's on the kill list. Nope, 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 nope.
気も思ったんですけど、もっと血が出てた方がもっとかっこいい。
Yeah. Nice.
また少しも好みじゃないけど、刺してあげます。
Oh, okay.
But see, Todoroki's here. Like, what are they gonna do?
Oh, nice. So he compressed himself.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Oh, they got him. Who got him?
Oh yeah.
Oh, Roji!
Well, he shouldn't have revealed that, but okay, just run.
Yeah.
さすが六本腕、まさかり上手め。
Oh, that's
Okay,
right. Crap,
um,
crap. Oh, and Kurogiri's here.
Crap. Okay.
They're trapped.
This is an issue.
SJ にいた。
All right, Todoroki, just everything, hit everything.
5分経ちました。
まだ目標が。
ああ、あれはどうやら走り出すほど嬉しかったみたいなんでプレゼントしよう。時ってのは見せたくないものがある時だぜ。
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Okay.
Played completely.
俺の氷か。
そう。
Oh,
衝
shoot.
撃攻撃の際にダミーを用意し、右ポケットに入れておいた。
Oh, so
that-
he's really wanting to
Yeah,
show
yeah,
off.
uh-huh.
Yep.
そん
Wow.
じゃお後がよろしいよ。
Ayuma! Yes! 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 Oh! Oh, yeah. Oh, shoot! Get him! Get him! Oh my gosh.
Crap! No, no, no!
Oh,
that-
they're
that's-
starting it.
Uh-huh,
The two Todorokis.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
ショート。
Oh.
Yeah.
Todoroki.
確認が。
Is Deku gonna make it through? That's risky going through it, like if you aren't all the way through.
Bakugo. Oh, Bakugo.
Whoa.
Oh. Buddy. You know they have
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Ragdoll's mask. I noticed that on the rewatch. Yeah.
僕たちはあの日、ヒーローを目指す者としてヴィランたちに
Oh.
完全敗北し
That looks straight ripped from the manga. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay.
ヴィランのガスによって意識不明の重体15名、
Oh, in serious
重軽
condition.
傷者11名、無傷で
Jeez.
済んだのは13名だった。
Wow.
そして行方不明1名。
Oh.
プロヒーロー
Okay.
は一方ヴィラン側は3名の
Alright.
連合反対、
Okay.
彼らを残し
Yeah. And tell me, Moonfish.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
僕は薄れゆく意識の中であの
Yeah.
男の信楽弔の言葉、次会う時は殺すと決めた時だろうから。
And they didn't even meet. He just had other people.
僕らが楽しみにしていた林間合宿は最悪の結果で幕を閉じた。
Yeah. Yeah. You telling me? Oh my gosh.
同社会を壊す戦争をさ。
認識できていたとしても防げていたかどうか これほど必要で矢継ぎ早な展開。
Maybe a little bit better, but yeah, not that
組織だ
much.
った犯罪はほぼ淘汰されてましたから。
彼がヴィランに懐柔されでもしたら教育機関としての遊泳はおしまいだ。
信頼云々ってことでこの際言わせてもらうがよ。
That might be a
今
bit
回で
much.
決定的になったぜ。いるだろう。
Exactly.
Oh,
Thank
good.
you.
They're bringing
Thank you.
this up.
行く先は教師で。
やめてよ。
やめてたまるか。
Yeah.
洗おうぜ徹底的に。
そういうお前は自分が 100% 白という証拠を出せるか。ここのものを白だと断言できるか。
内通者の件も踏まえかねてより考えていたことがあるんだ。それは
すみません、電話が。
はい、一応っすよ。電源切っときましょうよ。
すまん。なんだい塚内くん。
今相沢君とブラドキングの2人から調書を取っていたんだが、思わぬ進展があったぞ。ヴィラン連合の居場所。
Yeah, good. Yes,
Momo with
Momo.
their tracker.
塚内くん。
Okay.
オールマイト、君の力も貸してくれ。裏にあったらこう言ってやるぜ。私が
Counterattack. Oh, oh, I'm so hyped. Seriously.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Okay, Bakugo. You guys are all about to find out how stupid this idea was.
Yeah.
And the mangled fingers, I guess.
Oh, Mom.
This is a personal representation of what society's feeling.
Right,
Their
right.
kids aren't safe. And we
Yeah.
get to see this from
Yeah.
her, which is best mom. Oh, Deku, you're a good guy. Oh, Kaminari.
目覚めてんじゃん。テレビ見たか？学校今マスコミやべえぞ。
春の日じゃね
Oh, good, everyone.
みんなで
Okay.
買ったんだ。デカメロン。
A big melon.
え。迷惑。
Like a get better melon?
Yeah.
ジロー君、ハガクレ君。
Oh,
ヴ
jeez.
ィランのガスによって未だ意識が戻って
They
い
were
る。
probably in the deepest part.
そして八百万君も頭をひどくやられ、
Oh,
ここ
yeah.
に入院している。
So that's probably
So-
it. She just hasn't passed along the information.
Right.
Because she was
She just
unconscious.
regained consciousness.
Right.
3人を除いた。
That is so important. Like,
Yeah.
we're talking about that in discussion. Yeah.
言ってたんだ。手の届かない場所には助けに行けない。手の届く場所にいた。
Well, you were close.
You were close, but you weren't.
Yeah.
You couldn't reach. No.
そのための
But that's what the future is for.
Oh,
that's a good shot.
Yeah. Ah.
動かなかった。コウタ君を助けるのに精一杯。
じゃあ今度は助けよう。
Yeah.
I knew Kirishima would be all about this.
Yep.
昨日も来ててよ。そのナスが家でじっとしてらんねえ。つうが。そうか。俺もだ。緑屋の病室に行く途中、オールマイトと警察が八百万と話してると
Oh, so she did tell them.
これがその信号を受信するデバイスです。操作にお使いください。
Oh, okay.
この前、相沢くんは君をとっさの判断力に欠けると評し
But
Not
you did
anymore.
good. You
素
did
晴らしい
good.
成長だ。
その受信デバイスを八百万君に使っても
Uh
ら
huh.
う。
Yep. Yep.
だとしたら。
That's going against the rules.
不行き届きで俺ら
Because he knows where it can get people.
Yeah. But
オールマイトのおっしゃる通りだ。
Yeah.
プロに任せるべき案件だ。俺たちが出ていい舞台ではないんだ。バカ者。
Oh, this is good.
でもさ、何もできなかったんだ。
yeah.
ここで動かなきゃ俺はヒーローでも男でもなくなっちまうんだよ。
Whoa, jeez.
病院だぞ。落ち着けよ。
This is good. This shows how different
Right.
everyone in the class is.
But just because you're correct doesn't
Doesn't
mean
mean
you're
you're
right.
でも、な緑屋、まだ手は届くんだよ。助けに行けるんだよ。
Oh, the question. Whoa, that's a good
All
way
right.
to end it. That's a great
All
way
right.
to end it because
Yeah.
everyone will be faced with a choice.
Exactly.
It'll
Yeah.
be a kind of three choices. It's going to be who's going to go,
Right.
who's not going to go, who's going to tell the heroes that they're
Right.
going.
Yeah.
And
Yep. Yep.
I
because it's that whole thing of getting involved when you're not when you don't need to is all what it means to be a hero,
But
right?
the thing
But
is
at the same
like,
time,
is All Might really the best example of like kind of society's like law-abiding hero kind of thing?
right? Yeah,
Like, as far as we know, he's never encountered a situation where he's been up against the law in a way for his actions. But he also seems like the kind of person who like is there like, you know, the hero's like ultimate weapon,
Right.
So he kind of breaks some of the rules in that he
well, and granted, he's a
he has the
pro-hero.
power of like a
He-
demigod,
right? He's
you
a
know?
pro hero already, so he can do that. But for some reason, they can't because they're still heroes in training.
Well, I know that's part of the maintaining the security of the nation.
Yeah, and also the safety of the students because
and
they
the
don't want
safety of
them
the
to do
students.
something stupid.
Right. And
Yeah.
just getting kidnapped enough is causing civil unrest.
Right. Yeah.
No one's talking about death, you
Right.
know, any time here. So,
All right.
okay.
So Bakugo was captured, and he was the
Bakugo
only
was
one that was
taken.
captured.
Ayoma and Shoji
Yeah,
were both like sideline
Yes.
MVPs this episode. Oh my gosh, just the way that they
Absolutely.
came in clutch at specific moments, even though Shoji's was rendered ineffective, it did make the monologue villain
Yep.
monologue about how
Which allowed
he
Ayoma
was
to
wrong.
shoot him,
Yep.
which allowed Tokoyami to not be taken. Yeah, and now that, especially since Bakugo's the only one there that was
Right.
captured, I'm really excited.
I'm really excited because here's the thing, guys. We're a little bit metagaming here.
Yes.
Because here's the thing. Bakugo as a character is too important to have anything like horrible happen to him. Now,
Right.
Now this is the thing. I don't think it's fun that we're thinking this way. But come on, this is what we
But,
do.
like-
This is what we do.
Yeah.
Bakugo is going to be just fine. Psychologically, something might change. That's
Yes.
where things can get interesting.
Right.
Is that they can still get inside his head. Not necessarily, like, change his allegiances or anything.
Yeah.
Like, I'm imagining this conversation that's coming because, let's be real, Shigaraki's charisma score is like a 6.
Yeah,
Like,
and Bakugo is so damn stubborn. Like,
his willpower score is too
Yeah.
dang high. It's going to be like punching against a brick wall with like kitten hands. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
you're like, yeah, you will relent and change, Bakugo. Bakugo's like, Nani?
Yeah,
Why
but
the hell would I do that?
The only way they could have any hope of really like doing anything with Bakugo is if they took him to All for One.
Yes, and they threatened to take his quirk.
Right,
and that's
or-
where I think actually things are going to go.
And that would be insane.
That would be insane, but
That would
I
be
don't think they'll
insane.
actually do it.
I don't think so either. Yeah.
And the main reason why I don't think they're going to do it, actually, is because for some reason they decided to rule the possibility that Ragdoll is still alive in this episode.
They did.
Now, what quirk
Uh-huh.
do we really not want All for One to get?
Other than invisibility.
Other than invisibility. Yeah, if he gets Invisible Girl's quirk, the world is doomed.
But other than that,
Ragdoll's
Ragdoll.
quirk,
Yeah.
no, you do not, you do not
because
want
then
that.
they don't need a spy.
They don't need anything.
Yeah.
They like if anything like the main thing they would need is some way to move All for One
Okay.
safely.
Okay,
Once
this
they
is-
can do that, it's over.
Okay,
It's
here's
over.
something crazy. What if Ragdoll was the bug? What if she was the traitor?
that would be good,
And that
but-
the whole thing of like her dying but not actually seeing like remains or whatever, you know, hence it's
episode is
captured, but it
called
doesn't
What a
really make
Twist.
sense. Yeah. So what if? Well, and granted, there's the whole exposition monologue.
Let's
of
save the discussion
other
of
than
the infiltrator spy
theory
thing
stuff?
for a future thing
Sure.
within this discussion. But yeah, Ragdoll is probably going to be the person that is actually shown
Right.
getting her
quirk
quirk
taken
removed.
away. Yeah.
And that
Yep.
means that they don't have to do it to build up All for One with Bakugo.
Right.
So,
They could maybe have Bakugo see it.
See it,
And be
yes.
like, no, you thought All Might was the number one? No.
here's
I
why
am.
I'm number one.
I created
Like,
All Might. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
That whole thing. And that's the kind of stuff that will rattle Bakugo a little bit. And make for maybe some different types of character development that we've seen in the past. But yeah, the big things this episode was the whole encounter with the villains had a lot of fast-moving components, which I'm very glad for.
Did.
I love group-on-group fights.
Yes, it was awesome. It was great.
It's very hard to do.
Right, and they made it so that the characters that we'd gotten the most screen time with up till this point in the series were not the most important because of plot reasons, you know?
Right, because Deku, one, for plot reasons purposes, shouldn't be able to do much of anything.
Right, and then Todoroki, well, I mean, he was very helpful. He's probably the reason why no one else got hurt.
Exactly, yeah.
But, you know, he wasn't the one that was able to end up rescuing him.
Twice being the one to hold off Todoroki felt a little bit weird. I was surprised Dabi and him didn't.
Yeah.
Like, Dabi and Todoroki didn't go for some kind of elemental battle, but I guess they're saving maybe on animation budget. I did notice some animation being reused for Todoroki's ice abilities.
It did seem to be something. It does seem to be something now where kind of like almost like the way I think of like Toph from Airbender, where they build up someone to be super OP, awesome, and it's amazing, but then it's like, well, okay, they can be kind of plot breaking, so they just sort of have them be doing stuff that's not really
as effective
or not be there, or you know, whatever.
The other thing of it, I believe, is that Todoroki sometimes gets a little bit too like tunnel visioned, and it makes sense for his personality,
and for the fact that, like they've brought up, when he has using my quirk, not using my quirk. He doesn't really think about like tactical ways to use the quirk.
Right. He's not Bakugo in that respect.
Right.
So, or in another way, he's not Deku in that he always has the 5% thing on once he turns it on.
Right. Exactly.
And that's something maybe Todoroki should think about.
Yeah.
Is maybe incorporating manipulating of the
using more ice walls and
actually
stuff.
That's a good point. Now he can't, we know he can manipulate the elements that he generates, but that's a great point, is that he tends to generate it in a direction rather than conjuring it up and then manipulating it from there. He does that with the fire, I would say, a little bit,
but it still tends to be more of like just blasts of varying power.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a good step for him to learn. But okay, that also the because I said the highlight moment was that encounter. Right. But that part where Bakugo's like, Deku, don't come.
Yeah,
Did you notice the tone of voice Bakugo freaking used? It was choked and like held back and like nervous. Like it was not it was not angry.
And see, with something like that, that's even more why it's like, okay, they're not going to be able to turn Bakugo. Like even if they take him to All for One,
No.
Like Bakugo just might see another challenge to try and like overcome.
Well, here's one part of it. I think that Bakugo also is so confident in himself because of the encounter at USJ, particularly with like Shigaraki and Kurogiri.
Oh yeah.
And now that he was nabbed through trickery, not through anyone actually fighting him.
Right, yeah.
He probably is like, that's your game? Like you're gonna try and like turn me? Nah, bro, nah. You guys are weak. Y'all are puny. You use dumb trickery. Kurogiri, I punked you as a kid. I barely learned anything at that point.
Right.
Shigaraki, will you disintegrate people? Oh, bad touch. Oh no.
Just try and touch me.
Yeah, just try and touch me. I'm hyped for that. I don't think it's going to be purely comedy, though.
Right.
I do think Bakugo is going to be putting up somewhat of a front in order to appear more confident.
But it's also one of those things where it's like, I feel like this is one of the best ways to have Bakugo shine. Because showing how awesome Bakugo can be doesn't really happen when he's, say, amongst other heroes, because he's very abrasive and, and all that. But what he is really good at is basically
standing still and showing resolve, kind of shonen protagonist
standing
resolve.
Amidst adversaries, right?
Yes.
Basically, he's made for combat and being around the enemy. He wins. That's what he does.
That's what
so
Bakugo
having him
does.
be captured and being by himself, where he doesn't need to worry about anyone else. It's just him and his enemies.
He just has to figure out how to beat them.
Right.
And
exactly.
That's
basically an ideal situation.
And right now, what they're probably going to do is they're going to have killing him like on the table like a few weeks from now.
Yeah.
But like in the meantime, if they can. But like in the meantime, Bakugo's like, oh, this game? I win this game.
Yeah, yeah.
This is easy. I'm the only player.
Right.
You guys are just loud noises.
Don't flatter yourself. You were never even a player.
Exactly. Good reference, Jacob. All right, but that emotion that Bakugo had because of Deku trying his best to save him. Now, I want to bring this up. The sludge monster bit covered this part. This part. His mouth broke through a little bit. It was like this.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is that when he was getting pulled through the teleporting bit, it was almost the same thing.
Right, because the hand was over his neck, and
but that's character development.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Do you see the difference
and contradiction and development and all that stuff? It's great
because he's saying like, not don't come here now. He's saying like, I know you. You're going to try and rescue me after this is all done. Don't do that.
Right.
And here's the thing. They're going to try anyway.
Yeah.
Bakugo is going to have some people probably, but like I'm sure the students, I'm sure some will go. Like, do you have do you see a scenario in mind where all the students decide not to go?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
Like,
okay, so now that we've got that scenario out of the way, that means some of them will go to, try and rescue Bakugo.
The only way I could say that basically they don't end up going is if Momo ends up being like, no, I'm not making one for you guys.
Yeah, but I think...
Yeah.
I think that's not Momo's plan here.
I don't think so either.
In particular, I think it's because she made the tracker. And it's more of like, she has the ability... Why not? And I think also this is a thing of her asserting her own confidence potentially.
Exactly.
Where she'll be like, not in a selfish way to be like, I'm doing this to... Has my drill been underneath my shirt this entire time? I'm upset.
Oh, that's horrible.
That's sad. Okay, but anyway, the thing of Momo being able to make quick decisions and stuff, that's good for her growth from here, but she might not have full confidence in herself to make the risky actions. So I think this might be a good opportunity for that.
Yeah, and here's one of the other things, because Momo doesn't need to go with them.
Oh, that's true. She doesn't.
But here's the thing. Since it might take a while, for them to prep and stuff, I could see Momo being like, okay, you guys are going to need some stuff. She creates, she's handing out like night vision goggles.
She is literally a bag of holding.
Vests and
she has a bag of holding,
basically,
with like the generating ability inside it. So
she's like, okay, here's some tasers, here's some
the main quest requires these items.
Yeah.
So hold on, if you give me like 2 rest times, I can get all that ready for you.
Yeah. So then,
but that's a good point. If the heroes know the location, they're not gonna act immediately.
No.
They're gonna take at least like 6 to 12 hours to formulate like a group.
Okay.
Like they're gonna have a squad, and we're gonna see some new quirks like that we've never seen before. Like they're gonna have like a bunker buster. They're gonna have someone that's
Don't you mean All Might?
No. All Might's gonna be a tactical weapon that they drop at any specific moment. They're probably also gonna have some kind of like, not necessarily Mandalay. Because information gathering and stuff, but I'm meaning like someone who's got like Toph's like seismic sense or something, someone that can like
that would have been
scope out a building or something.
That would have been Ragdoll. And if they were able to get Jiro, but she's not doing too well, so
Jiro's also not a pro hero.
Right.
My point is that we're gonna see new pro heroes and the return of some old ones into like some ultimate squad. Okay, it's gonna be awesome.
Here's one of the students that I really want to go.
Ooh, who?
Invisible Girl.
Oh my gosh, Invisible Girl, yes!
No, I can't remember whether
she's
or
so
not...
OP for this. This is her perfect moment to shine!
They might have said that she was still unconscious with
Jiro. She was with Jiro, that's right.
Okay, she was with Jiro, so that might be the way that they get around it, but this would literally be the perfect time for her to go with them.
Covert.
Exactly.
It could be this literally awkward moment where Bakugo's just sitting there, and like something taps him on the shoulder, he's like,
and she's like, shh.
And he's like, and like someone is like, I don't know, like Giran, the mob guy, he's like sitting there like playing cards or something with one of the other villains.
And then a taser starts floating towards him.
No. Basically, like someone just starts like undoing Bakugo's restraints or
suddenly
whatever
the restraints just come loose.
With something that Momo made.
Yep.
And it's like, wait, how did you get that in without them seeing the thing floating around? You don't want to know. It's like, what?
But yeah, then they're like, how did Bakugo suddenly get free? Awesome, I've been waiting for this.
That would be cool. I also want to see Mina potentially go.
Yeah.
She didn't seem negative in the group. Who are the people that were negative?
Ida,
Tsuyu,
Tsuyu,
and Kaminari.
Kaminari and Mineta, of course.
Mineta, yeah.
That almost doesn't count, though.
Kirishima.
Todoroki. Deku.
Deku, yes, but he's also maybe thinking about this a little bit realistically. Let's see. Deku's probably on board.
Yeah.
But it's really just Kirishima, Todoroki, and Deku so far. And we don't know Momo's state, but I think if people do end up going, if she's convinced able to make the tracker, I think she would go out of responsibility to be like, that was my tracker.
Okay, I'm not going to be on the sidelines while you guys put yourself in danger, like, because of me, because of something I helped you do.
Yeah, but then she would, but she would have to make the tracker in the first place. Tokoyami,
I could see him.
Yes, I don't know though. I think Tokoyami actually might be a cool way to actually keep some of the OP heroes out of it. Ida's kind of OP, Uraraka's kind of OP in a lot of ways. I think Todoroki going is great because he's like the only OP person that's going.
Right. Because Deku, who knows how recovered
Deku might not be like ever the same. Like that might be really cool. It's like Deku's gimped like permanently.
Or even if he isn't
he's gonna be
after
slower.
this, maybe it's like he goes in there and he's not at his full functionality, and if he tries to fight, it's gonna be something like in the Todoroki fight where it's you should not be pushing yourself right now.
Yeah. I also think Deku going might be more selfish than practical. But let's be real. This is just Deku's character. It makes sense for him to go, even if it doesn't seem safe for him. But who would be like any other surprises? Shoji?
I could potentially see Uraraka going. Potentially Shoji. He could be really good for reconnaissance.
Shoji makes a lot of sense. I'm just trying to think of like Mina Ishido. That would be the really big surprise for me because her acidic quirk would be really good against any kind of armor, burrowing through walls, essentially. The way she just cleanly went through a concrete wall when Kaminari and her were against the principal.
Yeah,
Nezu. That was just like, it's like, that's easy
gonna
for
be
you.
Useful later.
That's very useful for infiltrating.
Just a bit.
Yeah. But other than that, I don't know.
Yeah. It's really too bad that Invisible Girl is unconscious though, because that would be perfect.
Yes, that would be perfect. Do you have anything to say more about the Bakugo don't come thing? Because I want to share my thing.
Okay. Yeah. What was it?
Okay. So, guys, last episode we were discussing just a bit too much, I think, regarding Toga's quirk and how it has some kind of vampiric blood ingesting aspect to it.
Yeah.
Do you want to know what word she used over and over again in almost every single time she got like excited?
What word?
Become.
Okay.
Now, here's the thing. They asked her to get 3 different people's worth of blood.
Oh, gotcha.
What if...
Gotcha. When she gets people's blood, she can...
If she gets enough blood, she can become them.
Okay.
Now, roll with me here.
I like it. That seems a bit similar to Twice, but I like it. It
seems very similar to Twice, but here's the other thing. If she's literally becoming them... Imagine the damage she could do from inside.
Oh, yeah.
If they have some kind of long-term gain here beyond just taking Bakugo and
who knows? Maybe she's already been doing that.
That's the thing. That's the thing, though. But if that's the case, now here's the thing. I think this is almost. I think this is it. I wouldn't have brought this up if this wasn't like something I was pretty serious about.
Yeah.
But here's the other thing. My first theory was that she's old. But do you know what that literally translates to? Is that she's not what she appears to be. I was on the right frame of thinking because she might not look like this.
Right. This might just be the
person. This might just be the current person.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure. Yep.
And she chooses to look like this.
Gotcha.
Now, the teeth thing might be a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah.
But who knows? Maybe she files her her canines at night. She's crazy. There's anything's on the table with regards to what crazy stuff she does.
Yeah.
But I think I've got it. When she was talking about Stain, she said she wanted to become him. When she was talking about the crush, she said you want to become them. You want to be like them. And then when she was talking with
Deku?
well, I guess that is both. I guess they were both Uraraka. The Uraraka one basically confirmed it from the previous bit.
Right.
When she introduces herself. When she introduces herself, she's like, I want to like kill Stain. I want to be Stain. I want to.
Yeah.
It's like she wants to take Stain's place.
Yeah, and here's the other thing.
That might be her ultimate goal. Like,
here's the other thing, too. With the way that they had her draw the blood and stuff, they said people's worth, but she didn't draw that much blood from Uraraka. Or was it Tsuyu?
So I think she got someone else's, and we don't know who it is.
Possibly. Or it's
thing.
It's not some kind of like, feeding power-up thing from like the quantity of blood, but it really is just the fact that she's getting it from different people,
Oh, crap.
So
then she has Urarakas.
Yep.
The only other person it could have been was Sue's, but she said, oh, it's not enough.
Right.
And I think what she was also referring to was the storing canisters. And
sure.
the only person's blood that went into a storing canister was Uraraka's.
Right.
So,
and that would be one way to have it be really creepy.
Yes.
If Uraraka suddenly shows up and she starts acting differently. That could also be a way to progress the whole Uraraka likes Deku subplot. Because Toga seems to as well.
Yeah.
And if she shows up looking like Uraraka.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
But
so I'm like 99% sure that's what it is.
Okay, I could totally see that.
Because the ingestion form fits also with the idea that there's a DNA interaction. Like
it could also be something where maybe like we don't know whether it's something that's permanent or not. It might be something that like she needs more of the blood for it to last longer. I don't know. That would make it seem a bit less powerful.
No, that actually makes a lot of sense.
Okay. Because
imagine why she's a villain or why she's crazy, right? Like she's done things repeatedly that are unhero-like.
Yeah.
And I think what it is that she has to maintain, a supply. It's a vampire thing.
Here's another thing.
It's not that she needs it like a vampire. It's that she loves the experience of being in other people's shoes.
Here's the other question. If she ends up becoming the person, does that mean that she gets their quirk?
Yeah. Now, their quirk, their memories, any kind of info. Does her voice change? I think the scary thing, Jacob, is it's way more than we think.
You're right, because here's the thing.
It's like a lot.
Depending
like she literally
on how far
becomes
it goes, depending on how far it goes, they could also use her to turn into Ragdoll.
There's so many potentials. If this is what it is, it's amazing. Because when I think about Dabi, his story potential doesn't lie in his quirk. It relies in what his quirk maybe ties him to, which is potentially the Todoroki line, which also, by the way, Todoroki.
Yeah, the interactions.
Shoto.
Yeah.
That was...
It was like, okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
They're not just trying to build up to some Zuko versus Azula final Agni Kai thing.
Yeah.
There seems
Blue
to be
eyes.
more,
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
But with Toga, her quirk is definitely, if it's this, like, huge story potential.
Yeah.
But I'm just throwing my hat on. I'm all in on this theory. Like, all my chips on the table.
It does seem a bit similar to Twice. That's the only
Go
reason
and watch her dialogue.
Okay,
dude.
yeah. No, now that you're saying it, I'm totally like on track with it. I just hope that if they do that, because I could totally see them doing that they figure out a way to keep it different enough from Twice so that it doesn't feel like the villains are zerging it,
Twice has another weakness. I think what it is that maybe Toga can't use the quirk. Twice can, but the thing is Twice has mental issues because of his quirk.
Sure. And
Toga has mental issues, but that might be just because she's drinking other people's blood in large quantities.
That might cause you to start thinking a bit differently about people.
Right. We don't know. I don't know if science has uncovered if there's anything really wrong physically if you drank other people's blood in consistent quantities, but I know it's not good for you. It's not healthy.
Good source of iron.
Oh my gosh. But that being said, guys, that's my investigatory work. I'm all in on the theory. I think it works with a whole lot of things. It gives some good follow-up stuff no matter where like the next stage of things go. It also kind of brings up that whole potential thing of the insider thing again. Now, here's the thing. Present Mike brought it up, which I think is
thank you.
Cool. I think it's random that Present Mike brought it up, but he was called to the USJ incident.
Right.
So he probably has looked it over and been like,
yeah,
that
exactly.
incident maybe gave him a little bit of suspicion, but this one,
this is like
this one's pretty serious.
And here's the thing, that it was a little bit upsetting because with the way that the heroes are doing things, the pro heroes, right? Now there's some of it that has to be like, okay, the things like keeping the students at the building, yes, that makes sense. Even though from maybe a military perspective, it would be helpful to have all hands on deck, but yes, they need to keep the kids safe.
Right.
But things like this, where it's like they discount it and say like, well, then, we won't be able to do anything. It could be anybody. I'm sorry, that's stupid. They need to keep unified, so they can't, of course, start accusing people willy-nilly, but it's something that needs to be addressed because...
Jacob, I am with you 100% on the anger and stuff with that idea, but I don't think they're actually doing that. I think they're saying we're keeping priority number one the present. Obviously, there's a percentage chance, and Mr. High Specs Nezu has probably run the numbers on... who that is and stuff, or how that could be affecting them and stuff. But what they can do is just be aware of that,
right,
and then pick up things that start to push suspicion on a specific group or a specific person.
What I'm saying though is that, especially with someone like Nezu, where their whole quirk is that they're really smart, right? You need to make sure that they actually seem smart, right? So even if it's not stuff that we see of him, trying to figure out who it is or whatever, taking proper actions and proper precautions, it's still something that we need to know is, we need to basically be able to trust that stuff is happening behind the scenes because...
we need to, the viewers, but the heroes at that meeting don't need to.
The heroes don't need to, right.
So here's what they could do, because Sakauchi limited information to All Might at that one thing. So there are maybe even higher levels of secrecy where it's All Might and All Might circle alone with maybe someone like Nezu providing analysis.
That is definitely a possibility.
Yeah.
But the reason that they had Present Mike bring it up at this point, I believe, is because they basically, from a creator standpoint, they realized that the audience is going to be wondering this, right?
Right.
To the point that it's not something that can be ignored.
Yeah.
So it needs to be addressed. It needs to be brought up.
Yeah.
Now, this could be something like you were saying where it's like, okay, they only want certain people to be working on the investigation of the person that is the traitor, right? But they can't completely just brush it under the rug, especially when you have someone like Nezu who is supposed to be super smart. Because then it just seems like they're taking the obvious thing that needs to be addressed, bringing it up, and then throwing it out to say, we've dealt with that by saying we're not going to deal with it.
But they didn't say that we've dealt with it.
No, I'm saying that's what. No, from a story perspective.
I don't think that's what they're saying.
Okay,
I don't think that's what they're communicating. I understand.
But they did dismiss Present Mike, and that's so I just want to see moving forward that that's not something that's completely forgotten, because this is a big deal. They were able to find out all the information they needed to do these attacks consistently.
Right.
That's
but the thing is that Present Mike was going for the students. You know what? As he was moving towards the end there, he was saying and in fact, any of the students with their local, GPS in their phone essentially could have, and then he goes cut off by midnight. And I think the reason for that is because, yes, you're right. There's a very real possibility there, but that's the thing, is that we'd be going not just at the pro heroes. The students are potentially in a...
possibly, and I'm going to go back after this and look at that, because that's very interesting if they did that, because that would be also ignoring the fact that the students didn't originally know where they were going for that one. The location was changed.
That's the point, though. Is there was a change in location. Remember, we had the little thing where Aizawa was like, there's a change in location. To be fair, the other hero that went, the blood control
Vlad
guy. Oh, Vlad, that's his name? Okay, that's Vlad. I get the reference, yeah. A lot of vampire stuff recently. Anyways, So he knew about the change.
Right.
But the thing is that they said that they found out because All for One did something.
Right, and because they have Kurogiri, like, as soon as they find out the information, they can get to wherever they need to go.
Right.
Which is another issue, like, Kurogiri needs to be stopped. But,
right. What I also think is a possibility is that Nezu is looking at this from the standpoint of he has way more smarts than any of us, even the viewers.
Sure.
So he maybe immediately weighed the calculations of the possibilities of it, and he's like, yeah, there's a 22% chance of there being, someone on the inside here. He's like, but there's a higher possibility that there's a quirk out there that, All for One has that we don't know about.
Sure.
And right now, yes, you're right. We're going to be aware of that, but we can't focus on that right now.
Yeah, because we have more important matters.
But
like
he's not. But he's not.
Bakugo
I don't think he is saying that there's a 0% chance that that's the thing.
No. What it seemed like he was saying is that even if that's true, and it probably is, since we can't start doubting each other, and we won't really be able to figure out objectively who is and isn't, then we should just not think about it. And
true,
that,
but let's come on, Jacob.
Yeah.
Then the secret mission thing that's going on right now is involving like All Might and a very limited select group of people. In fact, they might not even be bringing heroes that are involved with UA in the slightest.
Here's something that would be insane. What if, right? One of the reasons that they're making this be like a covert op to rescue Bakugo is because they don't want it to be jeopardized if there is a traitor.
Right.
And by the students, if it was, say, one of the students or some other teacher or whatever, and they're like, okay, we're going to go rescue them because we know, where they're going and all that stuff, and we know that this rescue op is going to be happening. That ends up being something where they end up inadvertently letting the bug know what's happening. And it ends up going horribly wrong.
Unless the bug is Jiro or Invisible Girl.
and we did think for a while that it might be Invisible Girl because she would be the perfect person to like secretly get information since she's invisible. But
yeah, because she could be in any scene. It's like Ant-Man. He could. Yeah. He's in every single moment, every single scene of the show. Didn't you know? Like, he's right there in the corner. You can't see him. Well, he's there.
Yeah.
So Toru would almost be. It would be a joke because her character is a joke on the whole plot thing of having a character that's there but not. Right. But I think that you're very very much onto something in the fact that
if they wanted to have it go badly, like that would be a great way to do it.
Hey, if it goes bad, if it goes badly, or if it goes like into some kind of a trap, regardless of what the overall outcome is, and like the villains know they're coming,
right,
and There's a difference between them knowing they're coming and just being prepared.
Right, exactly.
Which I think the villains are not dumb enough to be unprepared.
Yeah, exactly.
But yes, you're onto something here. Let's pay very close attention from here on out to the students, especially if it's some kind of a trap.
Right.
But also the pro heroes involved with the whole thing. I do think the ragdoll theory is okay. I don't really like it because... they wouldn't try to extract her at this point. I don't think.
Right, yeah.
She can get way more information with that kind of a quirk.
Exactly. Just staying amongst the heroes.
Them and stuff,
now, what if they ended up using Ida as like sort of a Sansa thing? Where he's like, I need to be sorry, they're breaking the rules, and he goes to the pro heroes. He's like, this is what the students are planning, and then something horrible happens. I don't know.
I think that right now we're just ramping up stakes. And what that puts us to in discussion, state is basically pointing a lot of fingers of where things can go wrong.
Right.
But what I think we should be more focused on is because there's a million ways things can go wrong. We want to look at the ways things can actually go right because there's a smaller number of them.
Sure.
So what we have is squads being assembled. Yes. We had a squad that attacked, the heroes and the students. And they were successful, moderately. I think a 3-for-1 exchange rate isn't
that great? Yeah,
but
the fact that it's a student, it makes the
society of
societal impact kind of thing.
Heroes in Japan and all that destabilize a bit, which I'm really excited for that storyline because that feels very Watchmen-esque. Like, who will watch over the pros if the pros can't handle this stuff, especially with regards to the whole idea of using It's something that just happens naturally, but in this case, it's good because, you know, these are our kids. These are the main characters and stuff. But oftentimes, media can utilize children to kind of make the message of whatever they're trying to convey be a lot more powerful. So, in this case here, it's working because it's not only a kid, it's the kid that won the spring tournament, and he's one that the media doesn't really like have a lot of good things to show about this kid. So it's like, oh shoot, this could be a problem. And it points, they want someone to blame, so they point at UA.
Which is hilarious.
Like, unfortunately, though, I think the Aizawa thing I was predicting is going to happen. UA's not going to be like, we're going to throw we're going to throw Aizawa under the bus. No. What I think is going to happen is more of like, we will acknowledge the mistake and we will punish those accordingly for their actions, you know, who have slipped up. Not necessarily punish in like, you know, a penal kind of way, but like Aizawa might lose his license. I really think that could happen. I really do think that also that UA might enact way stricter policies when it comes to things.
And that's one of those things where it can help build up the villains as being super devious because it's basically kind of bullying the heroes into becoming bureaucratic.
Well, they already are bureaucratic, but
like, more so, like
turning the antagonists, the primary antagonists of the heroes, from actually being
the villains
to each other,
right?
Like,
exactly.
Like essentially, like
the very people they're protecting. You know,
and it's genius, divide and conquer. So I think this is All for One's plan. I think that All for One is in this for the long game, but I think also it's about time we find out like more about All for One. And cleverly, because there's a hero at their, you know, place or whatever, there's a real potential that All for One talks to them. Like every time we've seen All for One, it's been him like doing evil things in the background, and he's not really giving anything really serious away. So I don't think he's gonna monologue like Compressor or anything like that. But I think him talking to Bakugo could bring up some very, very interesting things.
Absolutely could.
Because so far, All for One is kind of a thing. He's not a character
Exactly,
yet.
right. And having someone be taken captive is a great way to do that, because now we have a perspective character. And as we have said, Shigaraki has a charisma of 7. He's not going to be able... Or 6, that's right. That's right.
He has to get that minus... What is that? A -2?
Yeah.
-2, yeah.
So he's not going to be convincing Bakugo of anything, right? So it makes sense for them to take him before All for One. Even if they don't take his quirk. Eventually, yeah.
The other thing that's really big is this whole thing around the hospital. So Kirishima and Todoroki are like, we have to do something.
Right.
They're kind of the take action guys of the group. Like way less than Bakugo, but you know, they like that. And I think that's more so because they have I don't know, some sense of like responsibility. Yeah.
Right.
So Deku in this case thinks about that moment where All Might said, I can't save those I can't reach. But I will always save those I can reach. Or at least I will always try to.
Yeah.
But I think that's the thing. He didn't really emphasize in that All Might tries to. Because the thing is, All Might has never really failed in Deku's eyes.
Right.
Now, you know what that feels like they're setting up? Is All Might actually failing.
And
like,
especially since they brought up again the whole thing of like All Might saying like, you know, I had a friend of mine who was very close to me. Like, that's the previous one for
That's the previous one for All Holder. Yep.
So that's bringing up again the whole idea that All Might's time here is limited, and
that this encounter with All for One in between, you know, him and All Might is personal.
And here's the other thing. Here's the other thing that
specifically from All Might to All for One, which is
because all right, here's the thing: capturing Bakugo, right? It's effective for turning the society against the heroes, which is very helpful. If you can do that, awesome, right? How's the bad count stand? Now, here's the other thing, though. The other thing is that Bakugo is now bait.
Yes,
because there's obviously going to be some sort of rescue.
Yep.
If All Might ends up coming,
Which he is.
Right?
Yep.
Then it's like, okay, this is going to be a resounding success, right? But what if Kurogiri's like, okay, the big man's here. All for One's like, okay, bring me over.
Or portal him to me.
Yeah.
And then suddenly he's surrounded by like 25 Nomus and All for One.
Yep.
Like, can you imagine
the
devastating potential of Kurogiri's quirk utilized intelligently? Like it's one of those.
Right now he's doing like all support stuff, but like hardcore support. Like, what could he really do? Just about anything.
Just about anything. Yeah. Like, the main thing I think he has against himself is the speed and the fact that he has a physical body.
Yeah.
But the thing we've shown multiple times is that he can create portals independent of his body, independent of his main form, which I don't know if this is some kind of a plot hole or what have you. Or
it's just the very idea of, you know, bending space-time or whatever, that you don't have to be connected to it because you're making there be a connection to that location, you know.
Right. But then does that mean that all those portals connect to the main portal, which connects to the previous location?
Possibly.
Who knows?
The
point is that Kurogiri combined with All for One equals really nasty trap potential.
Exactly.
And no, don't make fan art of this. I don't want you. I didn't mean it like that. And the minute the words came out of my mouth, I was like, "What the hell are you saying, Caleb?" Okay. All for One plus Kurogiri equals very dangerous things potentially for All Might. Now, here's the other thing. We don't know what All for One can do. We assume, this is my assumption, I think it makes sense for him to have about 200 quirks.
Yeah, something like that.
I think it's 200 quirks because I'm assuming he's about 200-something years old. Maybe,
and we know
maybe as much as 300.
And we know he was taking quirks and stuff long before, back when he was like in power, right? So this isn't some Hero Season 2 thing where he has to reset because he got beaten once.
That was Season 3, by the way.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Oh, well. Okay.
Heroes. But anyway, yes, if he chooses to act, it will really boil down to will All Might be willing to go all out, essentially?
Like, because what we have right now with USJ or UA is we have a publicity problem. We have a PR problem, right? That's a problem, but it's still just a PR problem.
Right.
If All Might dies,
that
becomes a bit more of a problem.
We have a society problem.
Exactly.
We have a heroes will
because right now it's just
upon themselves.
Now it's just a problem with the prime top school. It's not a problem for the world or the country, right?
Right. But this could expand to the country at the very least.
Yeah.
Getting a little bit more grounded here. The main thing that we know about this whole thing based on the hospital scene was that part where, you know, Dex is talking about who All Might can reach and who All Might can't reach. That brings back to mind that scene at the end of Season 2, Episode 25, an encounter where he's talking about, is there anyone that you didn't save? I think bringing that up again is important because we need to find out what happens to All Might. How does All Might respond when he can't save someone?
Right. And the whole point of him being the symbol of peace is so that he can save people even when he's not there.
Exactly. But that's the thing. Is that if he represents that symbol and the symbol or All Might essentially, you know, goes away or dies, will Deku carry this with him, especially if he's present, in the I might have been able to save All Might, but I couldn't. So
history repeats itself.
So yes, exactly. Here's the thing: in the past, All for One killed the previous One for All holder.
Right.
Well, you know this. In the past, All Might defeated All for One.
Yep.
We know this. What it looks like right now is that All for One might have to actually do something.
Right.
If he
it's going to be Sauron coming on to the Battle of the Last Alliance.
Oh my god, that's a great representation of it.
It's going to be like,
guys,
woo,
whoever here has read the Silmarillion, think about like when, like, you know,
you know, or if you've just seen the Fellowship of the Ring, like at the very beginning.
That Yeah,
but if you've read the
feels so
Silmarillion,
basic.
that's better.
If you read the Silmarillion, that's better. There's specific moments where dark beings of ancient power come onto the battlefield and just everything changes. That is literally what All for One kind of is, at least in my head.
Right,
in my
which
head.
is great because they haven't actually shown us what he's like yet, so we keep building him up to be this, dark god being.
Yeah, I think he does have weaknesses in the same way Kurogiri does. He has a body.
Yeah.
He has a body. He can be killed.
But apparently getting his head pasted onto this
Didn't
kill him.
Because of
it made
the
him go away
regeneration.
for, what,
Because of the
10
regeneration
years
thing.
or something?
5 years. 5 years.
5 years.
Yeah. Okay.
Wonderful.
So, yeah, stuff's gonna go down. Stuff's gonna go down.
It is. It's
and
going to be ridiculous.
I am really, really like sweating nervously here. It's terrifying to think about.
And here's the thing. All right, let's zoom out a bit. Season 3 as a whole, right? 2 cores. This was episode 7.
Oh God.
This would be the mid-season finale of a 1-core show. That means they could have everything, and I mean everything, go wrong, right?
And still have
another half of the season, another full core to do things with that. They can have All Might die at the midpoint of this season, and then have the rest of it just be, Empire Strikes Back or whatever you want to call it, of just how awful things can get.
Well, okay. I think that if All Might dies, All for One is either going to be done, or like he's going to be like in emergency mode, initiating measures like transfer to Shigaraki as soon as possible before this is all over for him. Because I don't think All Might would go down without a fight.
Right. Yeah.
And I think that because he killed
the previous one.
Well, no, he essentially killed All for One last time.
Right. Yeah.
He is weaker now, but I think that would be too far tonally to the dark side for MHA comparatively to where they've been building up thus far. And I also get worried when I think about that, because that means I'm setting myself up for disappointment in the you expected us to play by the rules kind of thing. And I'm like, oh shoot, like this could be like Ruby season 3 all over again. Like
and like granted, I don't think they're gonna kill like a bunch of the kids or anything. But
All Might's not a kid. He's an adult.
He's not.
In Shonen, you can kill adults whenever you want.
Here's just what I want to make sure happens. That if there is that battle of the gods, All Might versus All for One, that we get that shot from the opening of Deku standing with All Might as equals to face against the darkness.
But come on, like, dude. There's no equals here.
No, I know.
Deku might not even be recovered enough to
I know
especially if we think about timetables here. I was theorizing that the heroes would respond within 12 hours. Like, let's say, like, what's the longest they could wait? Like, 2 days. I think they're gonna respond way faster. Yeah. Let's be real. There's some kind of like there's some kind of like world security, like maybe potential group that they'll go to and be like, so
9/11 happened.
No. Like, All for One is back. We might need some reinforcements here. Is anyone willing to come to Japan in like 12 hours? And it's like, yeah, we'll get 6 people there on the double. They're an elite team. They're from, Italy. I don't know, some random country or something.
All over.
Yeah, all over. Well, I think they'd want some people that worked well together.
Sure.
So I think that they probably won't do this, but they're probably going to do this with Japan. Like, they're going to have heroes from Japan that are like a specific group, not like all people we don't know, like the Pussycats, but like a crack team, like a group that are like, oh, we got this. I want them to succeed really hard, but I also want the villains to succeed in the whole idea of
the shock and awe.
Yeah. Yeah, just at the very least, we've seen all the quirks of the villain Vanguard Action Squad. Yes, we have. Yes.
Here's the other thing.
No, we haven't seen Toga's quirk, but like that has to be.
Here's another thing. What if it was All Might and Aizawa versus All for One?
Oh, that's actually a scary thing. If Aizawa gets involved in the fight at all, he has to die.
And
that's the thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, maybe that's how he redeems himself. He goes out in a blaze of glory, protecting the kids that he
helped All Might take down.
Well, right, but he might have the eyes of society on him in a negative way because he was the one that told them to use their quirks in self-defense. And they're like, well, that's the only reason why Bakugo was taken. I don't know, but that's the thing.
Right, focusing on the fact of like how things went badly once the attack happened rather than that the attack happened.
They might not let Aizawa go because he was involved in the whole thing. Not from the standpoint of that, but because of the traitor.
Oh,
it just makes sense that they're like, no, we have a secret thing, we're just not telling him. You know,
okay.
Aizawa might be pissed at that because he's like,
I'm one of the best people.
I'm one of the best.
I'm literally Batman.
Yeah, but better than Batman.
But better than Batman.
He's the Haitian with Batman.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
so guys, we're ranting. We're having a great time with this. This episode was actually technically on the on like the technical side, like visuals and stuff. I noticed them using some tricks to pad the visuals and
it was
things.
a bit of an in-between episode, you know.
Well, with like showing all the bodies of where everyone was, recapping a lot, narration, which means no animating voices for.
Granted, it was an end of an arc.
Yeah. Essentially a mini arc, But what it means for the story is fantastic. This is probably one of my favorite episodes story-wise of the season.
Certainly
so
for the
far.
characters.
For the characters.
Like
well, that's the thing. The characters are the story.
Yeah.
I don't buy into that belief that you
separate
separate plot from characters.
Gotcha.
Characters generate the plot. So
right.
If there's no characters, how can you have plot? So, yeah. Anyway.
Now time to rescue Bakugo.
It went from a Bakugo escort mission to a Bakugo rescue mission.
It's official. He's the damsel in distress.
Right, yes. This week just keeps getting better and better.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, that was a fantastic, amazing turn of events. What a twist!
Yeah, what a twist indeed.
If you want to see our full-length reaction to this episode and previous MHA episodes and all that, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. It also comes with Discord access, like any kind of Patreon support, so you can chat with us in the Discord about MHA, talk, all kinds of things there, or just whatever. And we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.